are live. I hit live by accident, but hey, so this is going to be a little different for a live Q&A. For one, we've got Christina out of retirement here. Christina, say hello. And she is also dealing with a handicap, an awesome handicap of our child. So she's going to be pushing the stroller with our baby in it while I talk to you about the Volvo XC90 Recharge. So let's flip it around now and show you that. Here we go. Volvo XC90 Recharge. A couple quick things before I start. I asked if you guys had any questions ahead of this video on YouTube's community page and Instagram. You can follow me there at MilesPerHr, and TikTok at MilesPerHr, same deal. Post videos there every single day. So if you want to follow me there, do that. The other thing is I've enabled a slow feature on this video, so you can't comment your question more than once every 60 seconds. So for those folks who have been thinking, oh, I'll just ask my question a million times rapid fire, it's not really fair to everyone else who's on the live chat. So I've disabled the ability to ask your question like that. But if you continue to ask a question repeatedly over and over and over again, we're probably gonna have to boot you, because again, it's just not fair to the folks who are tuned in the live chat. We will get to your questions. If we don't for some reason, please use the super chat feature. One, it really helps to support this channel to enable me to do these videos. But also, it assures that I'm going to read your question, or rather, Christina's going to read your question. So, Christina, do we have any questions to start? Thank you, everyone who's tuned into this video. We are here in Lake Tahoe on vacation, as I said, but it's about the car, so let's get into the car.
Are we starting with Instagram or YouTube?
We're starting with YouTube. People, I want to honor the folks who are tuned in live.
Okay.
And again, Christina's pushing the stroller with our child in it, so patience on this one.
Okay, from Sharmila. Do you think this beast is a good competitor against the German brands? I was in the market for one. Does it compete against the GLS or GLE or X5 or X6?
Yeah, so remind me your name again, I'm sorry.
Sharmila.
Sharmila. Good question. This vehicle, as a plug-in hybrid, I'm specifically going to talk mostly about the T8 version of the XC90 right now. The plug-in hybrid version only really has two direct competitors in the luxury SUV space. That is the Porsche Cayenne e-hybrid, three. Porsche Cayenne e-hybrid, the Land Rover Range Rover Sport P400e, and the BMW X5 xDrive 45e. So those are its main competitors, and the segment that this vehicle competes in is the mid-size three-row SUV segment. It is not in the, as you mentioned, Mercedes-Benz GLS segment or BMW X7 segment or full-size Range Rover segment. So that's kind of just framing your competitors. This vehicle, starting figure of $64,000 for the T8 model, and the T8 Inscription, the full-on Inscription. So Volvo's naming of their variants is a little confusing, because they have Inscription Expression, which is to sort of be like the essence of Inscription. That's the starting point for the T8, the plug-in. That's at 64. The full-on Inscription is 70,000, and this one is $81,000 with some other options that I'll show you when we get into that. That's competing, so using the $64,000 figure, the starting point, competing with the X5, xDrive i40e, xDrive 45e is $66,000. So this is going to be the cheapest of the segment. Then the Porsche Cayenne e-hybrid is $82,000, and the Range Rover Sport P400e is $84,000. So this is by far and away the cheapest of that competitive set, yet it brings with it pretty good hardware, not the longest all-electric range. The all-electric range for this is 18 miles, whereas the leader in the segment is the xDrive 45e with 35 miles of range. The combined MPGe, however, is 55, which is the best in the segment. So it does compete well against those rivals.
Okay, does it compete with the Tesla Model X? I'm just clarifying for the next question.
It does not compete with the Tesla Model X. The Tesla Model X is an all-electric vehicle. This is a plug-in hybrid model. So it has an electric range, in this case 18 miles, but then beyond that range you're going to kick on, in this case, a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine.
All right, because Sharmila's firing them away at the beginning. Who is this car for? From Sharmila.
Good question. and this is going to get into some other questions that were asked on Instagram and YouTube's community page of like, you know, is it practical? Would you get one? How do you use it? It's for the folks who have perhaps their run around town is fairly brief. Like they've got a short commute maybe to work, or they're running to get groceries during the day, and not like extensive driving throughout the day, such that you can use mostly the all-electric range. But as I'll point out, even with 18 miles that I've actually been seeing realistically like 15 miles of all-electric range, you're gonna zap that fairly quickly, even if you're just like going to the gym or just going to get groceries. You are gonna then tap into your gas powertrain, but even at that point, it's still gonna use a kind of conventional hybrid setup at that point, so the fuel economy is still gonna be better than a just internal combustion engine, but you will tap into that fuel economy. You will tap into the gas engine a little bit. So it's for the folks who don't want to be handicapped in that they're always looking for charging stations, but they would like to be able to use all electric range on a daily basis. And this one, you plug it in overnight and it'll have its full 18 miles, 15 miles of all electric range by the morning.
All right. We have a lot from Sharmila.
Sharmila, I'm glad you're asking all these questions. We will also need to work in some other folks. Is it just Sharmila who's asking questions right now? These are great questions, Sharmila.
Well, there's not that many, so we're gonna keep going.
Okay, we'll answer one more of her questions, and then we'll sprinkle in some from YouTube and Instagram.
Okay. Hello to Lomi.
Lomi, thanks for joining.
Volvo is known for its safety. We all know that, but aren't the rival brands providing the same safety, tech, and performance in 2021? Then why should I buy this?
Was that also from Sharmila?
Yeah, from Sharmila.
Good question, Sharmila. Yes. So Volvo, kind of originator of the 3-point safety belt, first and foremost bringing so much safety technology to their vehicles. The 5-star crash test ratings, all that good stuff. Yes, a lot of the other German and British luxury brands and Japanese and all the other ones are bringing similar safety technologies. Volvo is still, from a crash safety standard, they're kind of like always like right up there at the top. The driver assistance features are all kind of repeated by all the other luxury brands, so they're not really cutting edge in that way, but their standard passive safety, their crash test ratings and all that are going to be really just at the peak of the segment. Good question.
Sorry about the construction.
There's doing some construction, some gardening, some stuff that's happening. Can't control that.
Okay, so Sharmila, if I really want a Volvo, then should I go for the normal XC90 or should I prefer the T8 Excellence package over the Germans?
Yeah, so that's a good question. One I have to find. I'm going to pop the hood while we're talking here. So the engine I would choose if you didn't want to get the plug-in hybrid would be the T6 engine. It's like 316 horsepower, turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder, turbocharged and supercharged 2-liter 4-cylinder. Haven't looked for this before, so this is the fun game we play. Where is it? There it is. So, get it. There we go. That's the engine I would choose if you didn't want the plug-in hybrid. That vehicle, the T6, is going to be $56,000 to start. So it's going to be basically a delta of what, $8,000. But then the T8 model, the plug-in hybrid, is going to get you a federal tax credit of like $3,500. So it cuts that down to $4,500. So it's not a huge step up in price, but you are getting now 400 horsepower, 472 pound-feet of torque. You're gonna have a quicker 0 to 60 time, I think 5.5 seconds for this model, top speed, whatever. But the combined MPGe is going to be 55. Whereas if you don't want to take out the all-electric range, which you can't really do, it is always there, is 27 combined for the T8 or 22 combined for the T6. So you're getting, at its bare minimum, you're getting the fuel economy benefits, you're getting the horsepower benefits, and you get some other interior details for the T8 versus the T6. I think it's worth the step up. Would I go crazy $81,000? No, I don't think this vehicle is worth $81,000. I think it's a solid low 70s. And so therefore I think like if you wanted the T8 Inscription for 70 grand, thumbs up. I think that's a good model. Let's work in some.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, from Tuxedo Black Cat.
Got up.
Is this SUV very easy to drive?
It is
Oh,
very
got
easy.
out of bed.
Yes, thank you, Tuxedo. It is very easy to drive. You have a number of different drive modes there. You've got full hybrid, which is kind of just, you turn on the car, it's going to be in hybrid mode. It's going to use up that all-electric range as it sees fit, but if you press too deep into the throttle, it'll go into the gas powertrain. And so it just blends that pretty seamlessly. There's not a big kickover when the gas engine turns on. It's really nice and smooth. And when we get into the driving part, which is going to be pretty brief today, we'll be able to see that. There is a pure mode, which will prioritize the electric powertrain for as long as possible until you've zapped up all the 18 miles of range. And then you've got a power mode, which will keep that gas engine on at all times. So very easy to work through those modes. And you do also have 2 additional modes. On top of that, you've got a battery hold mode, which if you wanted to save that all-electric range for maybe you're driving the highway, you want to preserve your electric range until you're in the city when it's really being able to use most effectively, or if you want to charge up the battery to then maybe use it in the city later, you can do that as well. But really easy to drive, super smooth. The 8-speed automatic transmission is a great gearbox. Yeah, good things to say about it. It's not, perhaps 400 horsepower, sounds a bit more robust than it actually feels. It doesn't feel crazy powerful, but it's sufficient.
All right, from
Boy, that hood is really high.
Christians.
Wow, look how high that hood goes.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy. I mean, I'll go to the side, but that's
Let's
cool.
compare
It's
it
cool
to
that
the
you're
tree.
working up. Sorry.
Compare it to the tree.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Christina. Yeah.
It's still very large, actually.
It just helps if you have to work on the car.
Wow. You wouldn't want that to fall on your head.
No, you would. Close
Okay.
it really easily, too.
From Christians,
not that bright.
sorry if I don't pronounce your name correctly. When you mentioned the competitors, you forgot the Lincoln Aviator PHEV.
That is true. I didn't mention the Lincoln Aviator. There's your American entry. Thank you for that correction. I forgot about the Lincoln Aviator. That's another 3-row mid-size SUV with a plug-in hybrid powertrain.
All right, God bless you, MPR from Sean J.
Thank you. God bless.
From Orlando, is it luxury?
Yes, this is definitely a luxury. So let's poke in the interior now, because that's where the luxury really comes into play. Talia's passed out in the stroller now. These are Nappa leather seats, so nice and soft. They felt great during our 540 something mile drive up here to Tahoe, and they're going to feel just as good on the way back. They're also massaging, heated and ventilated up here in the front. Still upset because the vehicle key is in the car. And you've got this nice open pore wood grain trim. Yeah, give me that. And, oh, it's still gonna be, oh, there we go. Okay. And with other things, we've got this Alcantara or suede headliner. Feels great. They actually don't call it Alcantara, they call it Nubuck. But it has that, it has this panoramic glass roof.
Oh, let's show them.
Let's show them? Okay.
Yeah,
Oops.
whoa.
Sorry. I can actually go in and I'll turn on the car now. So you'll see when I turn it on, because I have a little bit of all electric range, it's going to start up silently. So the car's on right now. I have a tiny bit of range.
Sorry about my camera work, guys. I had the baby with me.
Yeah, we're doing our best here.
Yeah.
So this is the panoramic roof that's open like this, and then you can actually open this piece of glass. It's not fixed glass like some other panoramic roofs are.
I mean, this looks pretty cool because you have the trees coming through, so
Yeah,
this car works.
we'll take it.
Works for Tahoe.
Yeah, it's got all the nice luxury details, the amenities. The rear seats don't have anything like heating or ventilation or massaging, however, but there is there's good space, so I'll sit back here. These are the seats slid all the way back, however. You can slide them forward if you wanted to give the third row passengers, there, I was stuck. The third row passengers more legroom, but even so, at 6 feet tall, slid forward a little bit, I still have knee room. I've got headroom, This is another nice detail, the leather on these grab handles. That feels great. And there's the Bowers & Wilkins. This is one of the options on the vehicle. $3,200 option for the Bowers & Wilkins 19-speaker, 1,400 watt sound system. I'm gonna just keep ranting. So like more questions, because I'm just gonna rant.
All right, from Kevin, good afternoon from Lakeland, Florida.
Good afternoon, Kevin. Thank you for joining.
All right, Sean J, afternoon from Buffalo, New York.
Hello,
Okay,
Sean.
and thank you, Avish, for joining. All right. Does it have autopilot system from Lovely?
Yes, they actually call it Pilot Assist, and yes, they do have that on this vehicle. So as standard, it's going to have adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist with steering assistance, so it'll keep you centered in the lane. It doesn't have anything like lane change assist, which you get in something like a BMW, but you have to pay extra for that. But it has all those things as standard: auto emergency braking, blind spot monitoring with rear cross traffic alerts, all that good stuff. Yeah, it's all bundled in to the T8.
All right. From Jack Cameron, hey, all right, thanks for joining. From Orlando, can I fit a whole family?
You can with 3 rows of seating, which 2 of them are down. Let me open the trunk. This is again a mid-size 3-row SUV. We're still road tripping, so we got stuff. You can pull up these seats here. In theory, there you go.
Maybe he'll get it next. Oh.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, the
Okay.
commentary. I missed the commentary, babe. Thank you. So yeah, 3 rows of seating, and actually the XC90 has the most third-row legroom of this mid-size SUV segment. And I showed you that you can slide the seats forward or backward, so you can fit.
Get in the third row.
Get in the 3rd row. Okay. All right, let's do it.
Figure it out.
Let's do it.
You're saying it has all the space we want to see.
Okay. And then I think this is how it goes. Actually, I haven't climbed back here before, so I probably messed this up. Is this how it goes? There we go. And then it slides. Does it slide?
Oh,
Well, it can't
guys.
slide if the headrest is forward. No, we got it.
Okay.
There we go. We got it. Okay, but I'll show you.
You're
not,
welcome, everyone.
Not a big opening here. Not a big opening. So you have to be careful on the climb back.
Booty shot.
But when you're in the back, sliding the seat back, I actually fit, so you can't really see. But I have I have some knee room. It's not an abounding amount of space back here, but I do have some knee room. My head is on the roof though, so you're not going to want to put like 6-foot adults back in the 3rd row. You can lean forward a bit, and then you have more headroom. But this is not going to be a place you want to stick 6-foot adults in the 3rd row. But you can fit kids back here, no problem. So yes, you can fit a whole family in here with, what is it, 7 seats?
What do they have in the back? I'm curious, because if I'm going to put my kids back there, what do
Yeah,
they have? Do they have USB?
They just have cup
ports or-
holders. There is a storage cubby.
Okay, they have cup holders, but they don't have cup holders here in the middle seat.
That is funny.
They do not have cup holders here.
You're right, they don't.
That's
They got
what I
2
realized
USB-C
on my drive.
ports, but no cup holders.
This works.
You've got the door pocket, but you actually have a real cup holder here in the back in the 3rd row. Yeah, let me slide this forward now so you can actually.
No, we're good.
Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay, we're
It's
fine.
okay, you can
Thank
stay
you.
back.
No, it's all right.
That's all right.
So you have cup holders and no USB-C ports or anything like that, so you're going to have to beg those people up there to share one of their 2. Yeah, that's what we got.
Vents?
There are vents. There are vents right here,
Okay.
and there are vents right here.
Okay.
And you got speakers right above your head.
Okay. All right, hop on out.
Okay. If we don't have questions on YouTube, let's
I
get
do.
in. Okay, perfect.
You're just.
This is
Don't worry, I got this.
okay. I don't worry. You got it. Impressive.
All right. Have they switched to Android Automotive from Alex?
This system has been updated. It's not using the full Android system that you get in Polestar. And even the new XC40 Recharge has a better system than this one. This has been updated. It doesn't have that full Android immersive experience yet. No, it doesn't.
Okay, but it has Apple CarPlay.
It does have Apple CarPlay. It has Android Auto.
From Orlando, how many MPH?
MPH or MPG? The top speed
Says
MPH.
MPH. I don't
Okay,
know.
the miles per hour, like the channel, the top speed is 112. Not that fast. It's limited to that. But the
All right,
miles
what's
per
the
gallon,
MPG?
the MPG, 27 combined, non-MPGe rating. That's just the regular MPG rating. That's if you took out the electric range. Add in the electric range, and it's 55 MPG equivalent. E. That's what that stands for.
All right, and
Here's
you
the plug.
already mentioned that the Bowers and Wilkins system is optional.
It is optional. $3,200 for that. Plugs right there. No DC fast charger for this bad boy, but you can 220 volt charge it. I think in like 4.5 hours, or just 120 volt charge it overnight. You can still get all of your 18 miles of range back.
All right, pretty sure. Okay, from
Have you shown the
Chandrahas.
front?
Is it waterproof? I'm guessing.
Oh yeah,
Are
no,
we-
that all electric vehicles that you're going to find on sale have been extensively tested in cold climates, hot climates, with water all over the place, and so they're not going to be at risk of combusting or electrocuting everyone inside the vehicle. I love the front end of this vehicle. It looks so clean. I also love this color, Thunder Gray Metallic. It's an extra $600, worth every penny. It's beautiful. It's like a bluish
kind of matches. Well,
bluish gray.
yeah. I was
What?
gonna say your sweater, but no, it's not.
No, it's a little grayer than my sweater.
It's just in like the
and
camera.
it's got metallic flake on it. It's
like-
gorgeous. And I love that the just clean designs of Volvo vehicles are so good. Thor's hammer headlight. Okay, I'm just ranting now. Sorry.
Okay, well you can, because
That's fine. If you don't have questions, again, let's plug in some.
Miles.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting to the question.
Socialist asked about the horsepower. It's 400 horsepower, 472 pound-feet of torque. And Hayden asked about real-world electric range, 15 miles. That's what I've been seeing. It says 18, but I've been seeing 15 miles.
He wants me to do Instagram. That's
I
the
want
hint,
people to be
guys. I'm
represented.
getting it.
But okay, again, if you have questions you really want answered, super chat, guys. Help
Is
the
it
channel
like a
out.
Kia Telluride from Roxy?
Roxy asked if it's like a Kia Telluride. It is in that it's the same segment. It's a 3-row mid-size SUV. However, this is full-bred luxury, whereas the Kia Telluride has a lot of luxury touches to it, but is a mainstream vehicle. Kia Telluride also doesn't have any form of hybridization. No plug-in hybrid, no regular hybrid. It just has a V6. Car just kicked on. Ran out of electric range or battery juice, so then it kicked on the gas engine. Help supports that.
Okay, horn check and driving aid demos from Paul. Don't do the horn. 'cause
Okay, I
she's-
can't do the horn right now because I do not want to wake our baby. When we're driving, I'll do a horn check. And I can't show you the driving aid demos, unfortunately, because there's actually no highways in the immediate vicinity. The closest road is honestly like 30 miles away. So I can't show you that. I will describe them in great detail.
Okay, do you find living with the recharge beneficial with nightly recharging? Would you get it for yourself from Paul? I feel like you should turn that off so people can hear you.
Okay. Well, Paul, I sort of spoke about this a bit in that, this is very useful for folks who aren't driving great distances regularly, or for folks who don't want to be limited by having just electric, just an all-electric vehicle, would have to be looking for charging stations. This is a vehicle you could take on a road trip, like in our case, and not be worried, oh, we got to find another charging station, wait 20, 30 minutes to, juice it up to 80% and then keep going. This is a vehicle that isn't handicapped in those ways, so that's where it's really ideal. I found that charging overnight, not a problem. I've been real world getting 15 miles of range, not 18 miles, and I found that those miles go pretty quickly. Not like quicker than 15 miles, but 15 miles you accumulate very quickly, just running to the gym or coming back. You're using up that range pretty quickly, so you're going to tap into the gas engine. However, at that point, it's still 27 combined MPG, better than 22 like you get in the T6.
All right, from the AE. Given you took a break for your vacation, will it be enough to recharge your own batteries?
It was a joke. It's a good one.
Okay, seriously though, is this hybrid setup worth it in the real world? You just talked about that.
Yeah, so I kind of talked about that. To answer your joke, yeah, I think it's enough to recharge my batteries. I've got a ton. No, Christina's just shaking her head. She's like, no. No, I run at a high level of stress, guys. High level of stress at all times to get all the content out there. But this week away has been really nice. Really has. Beautiful.
For all of us.
For all of us. For everyone involved. All right, let's show more of the interior.
What? You are all over the place. Do you want me to do the Instagram or the YouTube?
Okay,
or
do
the
YouTube.
Gee, YouTube now?
Yeah. Yeah, I want the folks on YouTube.
No, I'm going to do this. Do you think the XC90?
I'm not selling a car, no. Just doing a video where I answer questions live.
He's a reviewer.
Oh, no,
it's okay.
You're fine. You're fine.
You're fine.
Do your thing.
You can walk over here.
Put me in. I was going to buy her car.
There you go.
Oh,
Well,
there you go.
I'll tell you all about it.
All right. Do you think the XC90, S90 are the best looking vehicles in their respective segments from Blake?
Do I think the XC90 and S90 are the best looking vehicles in their respective segments? Thank you, Blake, for the question. Within this mid-size luxury SUV space, it is certainly among the best looking, if not the best looking. I think the design language just is so cohesive. It's not, they don't overdo it in any particular way. The wheel designs here are not my favorites. These are optional 21-inch wheel designs. You get 20s as standard, but the paint colors, the clean lines, it's such a good design language. The S90, kind of same deal. I think that there are vehicles that are more kind of in your face and more demanding of attention, but for those who appreciate the subtlety of design, Volvo does it very, very well. All right, let's jump back into YouTube because I wanna appreciate the folks who are tuned in live. There haven't been any super chat questions, have there? They would have
No.
popped up in yellow, no? Come on, guys, let's get some super chats going.
All right. How does this one sound from Chip? He says, "Hey Miles, hope you're well. I now know Volvos have 2.0 liter engines all across the board. How does this one sound? Not expecting much. Haha."
Okay, so I mean, we had the car on for a second. I'll turn it back on.
But we can't rev it yet.
I'm not gonna rev it. Baby's asleep, but. I do. All right. So you can just come up close. Just hear it idling. Maybe closer. Just to hear it idling. It's sort of a very pleasant idle. The thing is, when you're really on it, and we'll hear this a little when I'm driving, when you're really on it, it sounds like it's working hard. And this is kind of true of all 2-liter 4-cylinder engines. They didn't really tune the exhaust to be a particular, sultry sound or anything like that. It just sounds like a regular 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged and supercharged engine, though that is an interesting combination. But it kind of sounds like a turbo 4-cylinder that is working kind of hard. Doesn't sound amazing, let's put it that way.
Okay, from Pratik, XC90 versus GLS, what would you choose? Or maybe a Bentayga?
So not really the competitors for this vehicle. So this vehicle is a mid-size 3-row SUV. The GLS is a full-size 3-row SUV. Bentayga is like full to mid-size. It's more mid-size, but the Bentayga is exorbitantly more expensive. This vehicle starts at $64,000 for the T8. Bentayga starts at $189,000, so not really a competitor for this one. Let's show some of the
We
interior
just
and then.
have 2 more questions on here.
Okay, just let's show some of the interior and then we'll.
Yeah, well, this goes with the interior from Sharmila. Do you think they should update their infotainment system
Yes, I do.
to be more intuitive?
So it's become fairly easier over there. So one big complaint I used to have with Volvo's infotainment, the 9-inch touchscreen, was that it was just so slow to load. This has gotten much, much faster as they've updated it. It's still, I wish there were either more physical buttons. There's one physical button here, and then you've got some climate buttons, a volume knob. These are all good stuff. And I realize we're moving to a full touchscreen technology. I think the layout of the screen is still a little clunky if you don't know where to find things, but it's gotten much faster. The graphics are a little better. The skin on the screen, however, is it's just not as vibrant as you're finding in other screens. And now 9 inches, at the time very large when they introduced it in 2016, 9 inches now is almost small.
Oh gosh.
So,
Sorry guys.
yeah, sorry guys, pausing because we got a car coming. Okay, we're back, guys. Sorry, we lost pretty much everyone who was watching while the screen froze or while the YouTube player didn't work. What question were we answering? Oh, infotainment. I talked about the infotainment. The graphics need to be updated. The screen size needs to be made larger, and the digital gauge cluster needs to be more customizable. Let's show that. This is another one where it's kind of showing its age here. There isn't much you can do with the screen at all. Like I can bring up, sometimes I can bring stuff up. So you can change up the type of cruise control you have, and in this case it's showing me some information about the vehicle. Now I can bring up trip information, I can show media, phone and navigation if I had navigation going, but there's just not much you can do on the screen. And it's not quite as vibrant or engaging as some other gauge clusters that I've seen. Neither is the head-up display, which you have, but it's just not amazing.
All right, what's the cubic square feet in the trunk?
42 cubic square. It's like 18 behind the third row. Fold this down, and now we have 42 cubic feet of space. Fold that second row down, you have 85 cubic feet of space. It's a pretty accommodating cargo space in this vehicle.
All right, from Rishi, are Volvo safe?
Very, very, very safe. As I kind of mentioned earlier in the video, Rishi, their passive safety is among the best in their class. Always across their ranges, across their model ranges, always kind of the best in the class. Their active safety features, the adaptive cruise controls, the lane keep assist, the blind spots, all that kind of stuff is good. It's not like they're not breaking the mold in any particular way from their active safety features.
Okay.
All right, let's load up.
Okay.
Let's
Do
load
those
up.
speakers glow at night?
Do the speakers glow at night? No, they don't. It's nothing like, I don't know, I've seen in, what was I in recently? I was in the BMW M760i, and they've got like looks like a hurricane going on in their Bowers & Wilkins system. They also have Bowers & Wilkins, but they created an ambient light kind of glow. The ambient lighting in this vehicle is not, it's not exciting. It's not very exciting. However, it has been a great companion on our road trip thus far. Very comfortable, as Christina can attest, in the front and back. Super accommodating of all our space. I love that the middle seats in this vehicle can go like full down, so you can have a full pass through between the left and right hand side. So Christina was able to, while sitting in the back, here, I'll show you. Then we're gonna load up and go for a quick little drive. So I can pull this tab, bring this seat down. So now she could sit here while tending to our baby, but get anything that was in the trunk area. You don't have to reach over seats to do that. It's just really convenient for her. All right, now let's load her up.
Baby woke up.
Yeah. Oh, she woke up?
Blake asked, can we see Little Miles?
No, we're not going to see Little Miles today.
Here, I'll put her in.
Okay. I'll keep going, keep talking to you. As Christina loads up Talia. All right, let's see here. Are there any questions I need to attend? Do I think all-electric Volvo, the all-electric Volvo in the future will be successful? Asked Blake. I don't see a reason why not. However, both the XC40 Recharge, their all-electric vehicle, and the Recharge models that they have on sale aren't class leading in their electric ranges. So I hope that the all-electric Volvo that they're going to come out with, kind of lending from Polestar technology, is going to really give a great all-electric range. I will say that the Polestar 1 I drove was really fun to drive, but yeah, I'm just hoping that they can be class leading, or at least class competitive with their all-electric range. It does have third row seating, Corey, yes. I showed it a little bit, but the seats can fold flat in the third row and then just come up, and it has kind of class leading for mid-size 3-row SUV third row space. Shamila, does it have its own virtual assistant? Christina's loading up the stroller, nicely done. Yes, it does have a voice assistant. It's not nearly as robust as BMW or Mercedes-AMG or Mercedes-Benz. Okay, what other questions do we have coming in? Does it grab attention while driving the seats or on the streets? Yes, I've actually seen up here in Tahoe. Renzo, yes, we are in Lake Tahoe. Nice, good call. Up here around Tahoe, I've seen a number of XC90s, and it always gets my attention. I always find myself looking at them, and so I imagine other people are probably looking at this vehicle. Okay, let's hop in and let's start driving. We've got baby loaded up. Christina's gonna be doing this from the back seat, so a little different. She's gonna be doing it from the back seat, showing the driving. While making sure baby Talia is all good. One other thing that's been really nice is these sunscreens that we've had up, so the sun's not getting in her eyes while we're driving. All right, so the car's in full.
It's definitely a good mom car.
Yeah, good mom car for sure. So the hybrid, we're in hybrid mode right now. I don't have any all-electric range left, so I might just let's go back to the screen, and I'm gonna say let's charge up that battery, and that's gonna kick on the gas engine at all times while it charges up that all-electric powertrain. So this is really cool crystal drive selector that you pull back twice to go into drive. So once we'll click into neutral, one further back we'll click into drive. One further back from that will enable regen braking. So the car will capture some energy back while it's braking or while it's just decelerating. So we'll turn that on and we'll head out. Everyone's strapped in. We are in a very safe vehicle, and that is confidence inspiring as a parent driving this car, or anyone who wants to keep their life preserved.
Yeah, someone just asked that for Renzo. Would this be one of your dream family cars?
It'd be a pretty great family vehicle, I'll be honest. As your family got really large, as your kids, even your youngest kids, grew to good sizes, then that third row seating might become an issue, as we saw where I was having some headroom issues. Legroom was fine, but headroom issues, and if you're trying to pile in stuff, behind the third row only having like 18 cubic feet of space is not perhaps enough. You may want to move to a full-size luxury SUV.
Filming the headrest at times, sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I guess I'm answering for them. It's okay. So you're attending to a baby. But here, just for reference, this is the gas engine on, trying to recharge that battery, and it's still very, very quiet in here. We are going 16 miles an hour, but very, very quiet.
Do you like the minimalist interior?
Yeah, so I mean, even though it's a 9-inch touchscreen, which I guess was large at the time in 2016, and now is not that large, the rest of the interior is very subdued. Like, they didn't try to overdo with too many buttons or anything like that. And I do like it. I've already said that I wish there was a bit more, perhaps, customization and intuition to the infotainment, and perhaps one or two other physical buttons, but I do like the cleanliness of this interior. You can slide this forward, and this is just going to be all that open pore wood, uncluttered, clean, Spartan. All those words describe this interior, and I do like it. It has this feeling of calm serenity while you're driving it.
All right.
I'm trying all my vocab words out.
Yeah.
You're doing okay?
Yeah, you're doing great. Talia's learning them as you go.
Oh, good.
Okay, hello from Athens, Greece.
Hello.
Is it more or less quiet than the GV80 in city, country roads, highway, etc.?
Depends how you're driving it, where that person's going. I would say it's probably more quiet because unless you're really on it on that 4-cylinder where it's starting to make some noise, sound like it's working, the GV80 is a 6-cylinder engine and it's just going to make more noise. I feel like the NVH level in this vehicle is a bit better, not mountains better, but a little bit better than that GV80, though the GV80 is very quiet. Both vehicles are quiet. This one feels a little more quiet because as a hybrid vehicle, it can kick off that gas engine for times and then it's just silently electric while having really good cabin insulation. And even when the gas engine's on, if you're puttering around, it's not too loud. You can hear the engine, but it doesn't take over the cabin.
All right. We just have some comments. There's no more questions coming in.
Okay, anything more from Instagram? I think we had a couple.
Miles, do you know that PewDiePie drives the exact Volvo XC90?
I didn't know that. That's funny. I can see why. It's a pretty calming vehicle to drive.
I would like to see the indicators from Jack.
Sorry, Jack. We are now outside of the vehicle. I can show you from inside. I'm using an indicator right now. But I will tell you, that's a great light. I tell you that the indicators do take over the Thor's hammer light. So I'm sorry. I wish I had gotten to that earlier, Jack.
Sorry.
I won't have a walk around for this vehicle either because I've been on vacation, so I've been recording stuff. I will have a POV day drive and POV night drive for this car, but sorry, I won't be able to show the indicators. Missed that opportunity. Sorry, Jack.
What's your favorite part of the whole car from Luca?
That's a good question. I honestly just want to say the comfort, because putting on all the miles that we did, I did not find myself really taxed at all driving this vehicle. These are really comfortable seats. The leather is very, very soft.
That's true. My lower back didn't really hurt, and
Yeah.
I usually have that problem.
Yeah, so I would just say the comfort is my favorite part about this vehicle. That or the design. I really do think it's such a clean sheet of paper design and doesn't get bogged down in trying to have too many edges or lines or try to be too dynamic. It's just a very flowing design language.
All right.
Now we're picking up speed here. We're at like 46 miles per hour, and you can hear that it's just very quiet in this cabin still.
So, okay, we're back.
Charging for the 4th time. Super simple. Plug into a 110 household outlet, and overnight you'll have your full 18 miles of range. Real easy. All right, have we charged at the back? I think we've charged up enough for us to go all electric for just a quick sec. So,
How many airbags does this car have from Sharmila?
Off the top of my head, I'm not sure. I just know it has a lot. Volvo prioritizes.
One for the whole family.
Yes. Well, not just one. There's one for each family member.
Sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so let's go to Pure. This is the all-electric drive mode, and now the gas engine kicks off, and there's no like rough transition even when it kicked on. And now we're just coasting, and it's even quieter. Unfortunately, it does. You can hear a little more of the road noise and wind noise. Well, not much wind noise. There's just a bit of road noise that come through from these 21-inch wheels.
Yeah, once again, sorry about the stream quality. We know we are in Lake Tahoe, so it is not the best service.
Yeah, thanks for patience, guys.
From Renzo, will the POV drives be in Tahoe or SoCal?
They'll be here in Tahoe. So you'll see a whole new environment to my normal POV drives. This person's not paying attention. There we go. So all electric mode, just coasting along here. One funny thing, I have seen a number of Teslas here in Tahoe, which I suppose can attest to the fact that the Tesla supercharger network continues to grow and meet the needs of its consumers.
Yeah.
But we're not limited by that. We got a gas engine if we need it here.
It's also a lot of tourists. I doubt many locals have Teslas.
That's true. That's true.
In the snow.
Any other questions coming in? Or anything from Instagram that we haven't gotten to?
Do you think that the interior could be better from Shrivats?
Do I think the interior could be better? I think that the rear seats could have, at this price, $81,000 is tested. I think the rear seats could have heating and ventilation. There's recline on the second row seating, but I think that it could recline a little more than it does. And this infotainment needs an update beyond just being faster, because it's pretty quick now. It needs an update to the screen size and the customization. That's how I would improve this interior. And the digital gauge cluster, same kind of deal.
All right.
I really enjoy being able to cruise around in an all-electric mode in this vehicle. It's so nice.
I'm not being rude, miles per hour, but if you're wondering the competition, it is Audi Q7 and the X5 and one of the Mercedes cars.
Yeah, not being rude. I already shared the competition earlier in the video. Yes, the X5 is among them. If you're talking specifically about the T8, which is what I've been talking about in this video, then we're talking about the plug-in hybrid versions that are competing. So it would be the xDrive 45e. It would be the Land Rover Range Rover Sport P400e. It would be the Porsche Cayenne e-hybrid, and as someone else pointed out earlier, the Lincoln Aviator plug-in hybrid version of that one. So those are the direct competitors. Yes, the Q7 could be bolted in, but that's not a hybrid model. So we're just talking about hybrid vehicles, so the Q7 need not apply in this case.
All right. Hi from Ray J from USA Jacksonville, Florida. I enjoy all your content. Is this EV available in a sporty trim?
There is a R-Dynamic styling package for the T8 that changes up the bodywork a little bit and the trim colors. It's not chrome. It's they black out the trim, and it gets different wheel options. But there's no sportier powertrain for the Volvo XC90 than this one. This is the most power, most torque, 400 horsepower, 472 pound-feet of torque. So this is peak performance for the XC90.
All right, from Sharmila, Miles, don't you think it's weird that Volvo put hard plastic in the back of their seats and net mesh carry bags? If I had to make my kids sit, it would probably get destroyed.
That's a great point. I do not think that mesh
is fine.
Mesh stretches out and it does get destroyed. I think that a solid piece of, even if it was injection molded,
that's pretty thin,
would be better. That's a good point. I think that would be better. Is it a deal breaker? No, but is it something that you'll need to keep in mind if you have kids who are constantly putting things in there and things get intertwined? It's a small pet peeve of mine, I guess. The mesh on the back of things get stuck in the mesh.
Yeah.
So if you've got toys and stuff like that, you're going to be sticking them in there. It's a good point. I don't like mesh-backed seat pockets, personally.
How much does this cost?
We're now in Nevada, by the way. We just crossed the border. Now we're in Nevada.
What's the price?
The starting figure for the T8 model is $64,000. The T8 Inscription, not the T8 Inscription Essence, the full-on Inscription is $70,000. This one, as tested, is $81,000. It's a lot of money. All right, I'm going to pull off to the left here. And we're probably going to wrap it up.
Last question from Sam. Oh, Tuxedo Black Hat. How's the trip going for you guys?
Trip's going great. Thank you for asking. It's been a really pleasant vacation for us. Lake Tahoe is beautiful. We got amazing weather this entire time. Last thing I'll do is I'll show you the turning radius. It's really good.
And from Salmon, is it comfortable for a family of 6?
Depends what the last 2 members of that family of 6, what their heights are. I think kids in that third row, absolutely. Adults, no problem sitting in the second row.
But even teens would be a little squished in the
Teens might get a little squished in that third row seating. So if you've got younger kids in that family of 6, you're going to be just fine.
Okay.
All right, guys. I think that's going to do it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your patience with the cell reception and us working out, having to tend to our baby daughter while doing this live Q&A. We'll do a more traditional, normal live Q&A next week with some cool vehicles. I won't tell you what they are yet, but there's some cool vehicles. You want to be there. All right, guys. Have a good one.